Hi and welcome back to Pilates with Elizabeth. Once again, thank you so much for joining me today. Let's work on just a quick flow for your legs and glutes. No props needed today, but feel free to add a resistance band if you did want. Starting in your side lying position. So a couple of options here. First level, you can just lay down, resting onto your lower arm. Maybe prop your head into your hand, otherwise up onto your forearm. Choose your options. I'm going to go into that middle level, resting down on my hand. From here, knees bent, keeping those hips stacked one on top of the other and shoulders one on top of the other. Just imagining that you are up against a wall behind you, so you don't want to roll back and misalign through that body. Top hand can either go on the floor like a tripod out in front of you or on your hip, whatever feels best for you. Keeping that core slightly turned on at all times. Let's start into your clams. So when you're ready, we'll lift our top knee up towards the ceiling and then lower back down. Keeping those heels together. Trying to target where you'd feel that jean pocket. Exhale as you lift that knee up. Inhale, closing back down. Let's keep going like this for 8 more. And each time you lift that knee open, try not to roll back through your body. Just keeping nice and still through here. Lift that top knee up and back down. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Can you hold here? Let's start to add a kick. So you'll extend that leg out nice and long, bend in. Exhale, press out. Inhale, folding back in. See if you can advance by hovering those heels off of the ground slightly. Keep working through that kick. Out and in. Nice and controlled here. It's not a race. Really good for strengthening those muscles supporting your hip joint. Here for about 10 more seconds. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down all the way. Great work. Into your side kick series. So just hover that top leg off the ground slightly, keeping that knee still bent. Let's sweep forwards and then back in line with your body. Exhale as you sweep forwards. Inhale back with your body. Keep going like this. Try to keep your knee and that ankle at the same height at all times. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And lower down. Have a quick rest. Then extend that top leg. We'll progress this series. So keeping it nice and long. Sweep forwards out in front of you. And then drag that foot back in line with your body. Forwards and back. As you swing this leg out in front of you with control, try not to swing that body back and forth. It is challenging that rotary stability. So keeping that core nice and turned on, really focus on keeping that upper body still as that leg goes out in front of you and back in line with your body. Keeping it hovered at the same height at all times. You might start to feel it in that hip. 5 more like this. In 4, 3, 2, last one. Back in line with your body, point that toe. Can we draw some small circles in one direction? You can inhale for 3 circles and exhale for 3. Can you change directions now, going the other way? We're nearly there. We'll give this leg a rest soon. Here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down, tap out that glute if you need. Give it a quick rub. Then we'll work through some internal and external rotation. So just tapping our knee and ankle, knee and heel together. So we'll invert in, getting that internal rotation, tap those knees, and then your heels in and out. Here for about 15 seconds. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Top leg can just go out in front of you. Resting that knee down onto the mat. Bottom leg extends. Let's start to work through your inner thigh of that lower leg. Lifting it off the ground slightly and lower with control. Each time you lift that leg up and then lower back down, try not to let that leg drop down really quickly. Try and fight against gravity. Lowering it at the pace that you choose. Exhale, lifting up. Inhale, back down. Here for 6. In 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, holding it up here. Pulse towards the ceiling to finish. You can inhale for 2 pulses and exhale for 2. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down all the way. Great work. Let's just quick do our knee hovers, a little bit of core, and then we'll work through the other side. So sitting up in that 4-point kneeling position, shoulders over those wrists and those knees underneath your hips. Curl those toes under, find that neutral spine, tailbone slightly tucked under, core engaged. Lay those shoulder blades flat against your back of your rib cage. Pushing through those palms and toes. Engage that core, lift those knees up slightly and lower. You don't have to get much height here, even if you just lift about 1 inch off the ground and lower, you'll still feel that deep core turning on. If you'd like to advance from here, you can walk those hands about hands length out in front of you, working through that leg pull in prone. Prep level 2. Lift those toes, those knees off the ground. Shoot your body forward so those shoulders restack over your wrists, holding that plank. And then bend in and lower. Exhale, lifting up, shoot forwards like a rocket ship, and then bend back in and lower. Let's go here for 4 more. Otherwise, feel free to keep working through that first level, just in those knee hovers. Let's do 1 more here. Holding that plank or your knee hover. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend back in and lower. Great work. Roll out those wrists if you do need it. Otherwise, let's lay onto the other side now. Once again, couple options for you just for that sitting position. Laying your head down onto your top arm, or maybe resting up your head in your hand, or sitting up a little bit higher, propped up on that forearm. Choose your options, whatever feels comfortable for you. You can always use a Pilates ball or yoga block or cushion as well. Maybe you've got that bolster. That's also a good option. Keeping those knees bent, stack those hips one on top of the other, shoulders again as well. Top hand out in front of you like a tripod if you do need more support, or onto your hip, whatever feels good for you. Keeping those heels together, let's work through those clams to start with. Lift that top knee up to the ceiling and lower back down. Exhale as you lift. Inhale back down. And maybe you can notice that you can lift this knee a little bit higher, a bit stronger on this side. Or maybe it's a little harder to lift up. It's always good to notice those imbalances in your body. Here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold up here. Can we hover those feet off the ground? Let's start kicking out and bend back in. Exhale, kick out. Inhale, bending in. Try to keep those knees slightly turned up to the ceiling. Here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower back down. Work through that side kick. So just starting with that bent knee, hovering it off the ground, sweep forwards and back. Forwards and back. Keeping that ankle and knee roughly at the same height if you can. And again, core engaged. Try to keep that upper body nice and still. It is challenging. That stability, trying not to rock back and forth. Let's extend that leg nice and long now, increasing that challenge. Sweep forwards, pointed toe, and then flex your heel, dragging it back in line with your body. Exhale, sweep forwards. Inhale, back in line with your body. Let's go here for 7. Here for 5. 4, 3, 2, last one, forwards and back, point that toe. Let's draw some circles in one direction. Once again, inhale for 3 circles and exhale for 3. Let's change directions, drawing the other way. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down, tap out that glute, give it a quick rub. Then we'll work through those knee and heel taps, getting both that internal rotation and external rotation. Super nice for your hips. Tap those knees together. And then your heels. Just keep alternating between the two like this. And we'll do this for about 15 seconds. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that top leg, bring that knee over the other, resting it down onto the mat. From here, bottom leg is going to work through lift and lowers. So extending it nice and long, lift up towards the ceiling and then gently lower with control. Exhale, lifting up. Inhale, back down. Here for 6 more. In 4, 3, 2, 1, holding up here, pulse to finish. You can inhale for 2 pulses, exhale for 2. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Resting back down. Amazing work. Take any more stretches that you need here this morning or this afternoon, whatever time of day that you are doing this. Thank you so much again for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again. Have a good day.